Welcome. Gotta get comfy in my chair this morning. So, today we are going to talk about my top 3 tips for easy Christmas decorating. Okay? So, totally different than we've done before. Looks like Instagram's having problems. There we go. All right. So, this is something that's super fun, something different. So I got my holiday peace mug out this morning. I'm drinking my coffee out of my holiday mug. I wonder if you guys have been decorating, if you are in the Christmas spirit yet. Here in Nebraska, I think today is supposed to be like 60 degrees. So people were breaking out their flip-flops and Birkenstocks yesterday, so it doesn't really feel really Christmassy yet, but we've had our tree up for a while and have been slowly kind of decorating. So, but here are some tips, easy tips, okay, for decorating for Christmas. I love decorating. Most of you, if you follow me on Instagram, you see all my pictures, all my decorating stuff. And I'm going to share more and more of that with you guys in the upcoming days and months because it's something that I really love. And I get a lot of questions on it. I did a front porch makeover last week and got a lot of questions or I wish you could come help me with mine. So hopefully these tips are helpful. And don't be afraid when you are decorating to go get inspiration from other people. Okay, so maybe it's Pinterest, maybe you use a hashtag and scroll Instagram, whatever it is, but find some inspiration and then make it yours. Okay, so the first tip is to keep it simple. So sometimes, and this may be you and it's your love language, and you love to take everything out of the room and then just go all out and make it like all Christmas, and like you can't see any of your normal stuff in the room anymore. However, I like to keep it really simple. It doesn't mean that you don't walk in and see Christmassy stuff right away, but I like to intermix or add little bits of Christmas things in with my normal favorite things because I decorate with my favorite stuff. If it's not my favorite, it usually finds its way to a thrift store or a garage sale or something like that. So I like to keep out those favorite things because they make me happy. I walk in a room and I see, a favorite dish, or I see a favorite picture or a pillow or whatever, and it makes me happy. So I want to keep those in the room and then add in little bits of Christmas spirit, a bottle brush tree, a Christmas throw, whatever it is, okay? Sparkly lights everywhere for sure. So the other thing is that, if we start decorating, some of us started decorating the beginning of November, and if we have taken everything out of the room and it only is Christmassy, sometimes that can be overwhelming and can make the room feel like stuffy, or like you walk in and you're just like, oh, I can't even breathe because there's so much stuff in here. And it makes you want to clean everything out like the day after Christmas. And some of you like to do that anyway, but I like to leave it up for a while because Nebraska gets really brown in the winter. And so if we don't have something fun to look at, sparkly, bright, things, it's boring. Okay. So I like to intermix those little bits of Christmas in with the things that I normally have. And that way, when I walk in the room, it's still me in that room. And then there's Christmas spirit, mixed in. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook, sorry for those of you that are watching the replay on YouTube, you can check my stories, and I'm going to add a highlight to Instagram and just kind of show you little bits throughout my house where I've intermixed Christmas in with my normal stuff. So you guys can kind of get an idea of how it's working. The second tip, so the first tip was keep it simple, right? The second tip is to use what you have. So what I mean by that is there's really easy ways, instead of needing to go out to the store and buy all new stuff every year, you look through what you have, obviously, and if you're keeping it simple, you look through what you have, it's easy to kind of intermix that and still feel like you don't have to go and buy a whole bunch of new stuff, right? So you go through what you have, looking through that, and get an idea for what's there. And then you can then mix in things that you wouldn't normally think to use. Like for 1 year, or actually it was several years, I had this square jar-ish thing, squared glass container. And I had a string of lights that were only partially working, like half of them working. So I stuck them all in that jar and plugged them in, like a corner, or maybe it was on my countertop or something. And it was an easy way to reuse something that I already had, but make it look different. Because obviously I can't string a tree with half lit lights, but I can use that in a jar, and it looked really pretty, it looked fun, and it was just a different way to use that. Now I've seen people put marshmallows, chocolate chips, candy canes, all in pretty jars and stick them on your countertop, maybe with a cute mug. And that's like your hot cocoa station, but it also looks holiday and festive, right? Or putting, unscrewing those big bulbs from old Christmas lights, you know, really, really old ones. Or you could take pine cones, you could take, what was the other one I had in my head real quick? Anyway, and stick those in a jar and stick them up on your mantle. And then you've got something that is an everyday item like a jar, but then you've mixed in something Christmassy like an ornament. That was the other thing I was going to say. Ornaments, small little ornaments that you can fit in a jar, light bulb, like Christmas lights, just the bulb, pine cones. So intermixing that in with your holiday stuff. Okay, so using what you have, looking around your home, is there something that is sparkly and shiny that I could add to the Christmas tree that's from my normal home, but that would, you know, just so that I could mix the two, right? And then the third tip is to find things in nature. And if you don't live on an acreage like I do, I actually went out and just clipped cedar trees and found a cedar tree in the ground, you know, just a small one. I dug that up, and twigs and branches and old bark and all that kind of stuff. Added it to old baskets and tin containers and added that to my porch. But I kept my bright colored rug, my welcome mat, some things that were normally out there anyway. I kept those and intermix them. So again, look at my highlights, and I'll add these to Pinterest as well, so that you can see kind of how you intermix the two. So if you don't live on an acreage like I do and you want to go out and find things in nature to make Christmassy type displays, one really easy thing to do is just to go to your local park, right? Nature Center Park, you know, maybe it's against the rules to go cut cedar trees from your nature center or local park. Probably, if you don't feel comfortable breaking the rules, just drive out into the country if you live anywhere close to the country. Drive out to the country, and I guarantee you'll see stuff in the ditch that you can use. Okay, that's one of the funnest things, the most fun things about the way that I decorate is to try to find something that I already have and repurpose it. So finding, you know, those things in nature, repurposing them into a Christmassy item, Christmassy decoration, right? So keep it simple, okay? Don't get overwhelmed with, you know, needing the banisters to be wrapped in garland and the, you know, a tree in every room and grabbing your Christmas towels and whatever. If that's, you know, if it's too much, just keep it simple. Just add a Christmas tree to your mantle and clear off 2 or 3 things so that it's not overwhelming. It's not kind of sometimes it feels like it's suffocating if there's too much on there. And then, you know, look at what you have and find a new way to use it in your decorating. And then reusing things in nature or around your house to repurpose into a Christmas item. Okay, so super simple, super fun. It's something that I enjoy. Look for that highlight. Look for Pinterest. You can find me on Pinterest. It's Essentials Every Day, Kristen Mayo. And then a blog post will be coming with all of this as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will chat with you again next week. Bye.